Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is your girl, RevereSkye, RevereSkye's Essence. Let's talk about it a second. So, people keep talking about diesel gonna run out in December. Diesel, diesel, diesel. I'm not even listening to the videos. The reason being, diesel should never run out, okay? The only way diesel run out is if the system itself is jeopardizing our commerce, okay? The system itself has to be jeopardizing us. The system itself has to be manipulating us, okay? Throwing salt in the game, okay? That's the only way we running out of diesel. Somebody literally at a higher level than you and me that orchestrate our living situations and lifestyles has to say, stop the diesel. Other than that, there's not a shortage of people. There's not a shortage of oil. There's no reason diesel should stop, okay? The only way diesel will stop is if somebody's trying to use fear tactics on you. And somebody's trying to eliminate the weak. The weak, what is the weak? The weak are the people who need medication, people who need certain specific energy to live, okay? So if you're healthy and well, and you can deal with a blackout, and you can deal without diesel, they're not targeting you. They're only targeting people who, if the country stops for a week, they are up boo-boo creek, okay? So, right now, yes, stock up on your fuels, true enough. From kerosene, gasoline, diesel, yes, stock up on your fuels, okay? Another thing, don't worry about diesel until I come online and tell you I can't get home, okay? When I can't get home, or anybody in my circle that drives trucks, I mean a big circle, a circle that's been driving trucks for over 10 years. When I come online and tell you I can't get home, they can't get home, then you worry about diesel. Other than that, these are just a lot of people trying to manipulate your mind, your heart, your spirit, your soul into panicking. Okay? And like I say, for the strong people that are body is able and not weak and strong and can live without power and can create their own clean water and have a supply of food, you have nothing to worry about if you are an able body. You don't have to take medications to live. You don't need any type of ventilation or anything to live. Talking about diesel running out is a form of purge, because if trucks stop and if trucks are not moving, a lot of people, there's a possibility, will pass away. Meaning there would be no reason to go to the nursing home and clock in. A lot of people that need assistance will pass away. Okay? A lot. If there's no diesel in the country. So until then, you stock your food, you stock your clean water, you get as many solar power generators as you can. You stock up on your fuels. You keep your vehicles filled. And you do not allow social media to manipulate your mind, heart, body, spirit, and soul. You do not need the stress. You do not need the anxiety. So until RevereSkye's essence, get on here saying that I can't get home, I'm having a problem filling up, there's only one truck stop. No, I've seen truck stops that haven't had diesel, but it's only one that stood out to me. And it was a pilot in Belglades, down in the muck. I didn't need no diesel, but I went in there and I said, ma'am, y'all got a trash can in front of every single one of y'all aisles. And it was during the hurricane. And I said, they haven't brought y'all any diesel yet. Y'all are out here in the sugarcane field. And she was like, nope, they haven't came yet. And the fact that they ran out of diesel bone dry and it took them 4 days to get diesel shocked me. Okay, I didn't need diesel because I have an old school friend who told me, Sky, you headed back to Florida, top off now. Don't wait to get to Florida to get diesel. They might not have any. So I topped off in North Carolina and I topped off in Georgia before I went down to Miami and Lakeland and Belgrade to get me back to Jacksonville. Now, again, like I say, don't be stressing out about half of these people passing around messages because none of us have tanks in the ground so we can continue to buy diesel. No melanated people got together, no indigenous melanated people got together and said, you know what, let's buy some land and buy diesel. Let's get us some reserves. Let me tell you something. Back in the day, when I first lost my virginity, I was dealing with this young guy, still in school, same as me, out in the country. He had an outhouse. You would have never knew this man went outside and used an outhouse. His family had an outhouse. I would go with him to work. We would ride to work. Because, you know, we were both young teenagers. We would ride to work. I'd ride with him. That white man had a tank in the ground with diesel and gasoline at his job. Out in the country. In the woods. A gas truck and a diesel truck would come out there and put gas and diesel in the ground on everything. And this was over 15 years ago. I'm about to be 35. This was 20 years ago. These people out in the country got their own tanks in the ground. So when you see things like this, this is only mass manipulation to control you. And it's built off deceit. Remember I told you, Trump came out and shut down the country. But that was too targeted. You knew who shut down the country. So they had to come back and manipulate you with bio weapons. So now they're going to manipulate you and control you with transportation. That's right. They're going to put on the front like the only trucks on the road right now are the electric trucks. Yeah. It's all by design. It's all manipulation. And in the process of them running tactics, people can die. When they're trying to push you or navigate you a certain way in the process, People can be innocent bystanders and victims of the direction they want you to go in. People can literally, in the flesh and blood, die. Their flesh and blood can pass away. So just calm down with that diesel. When I'm somewhere and can't get home and I got to get me a rental car to get home because I can't fill the truck up with diesel, you will know about it. But for now, just let them keep spreading the message. Because what can you do about it? A truck takes 150 gallons of diesel. A truck from Mexico puts 2 more 40-gallon tanks on their truck. That's right. A truck from Mexico has 3 and 4 gallons because they buy their diesel in Mexico, okay? And they top up every tank. They come into the United States and they probably put the max, whatever money that the company gives them from Mexico, they may put the max of 50 to 100 gallons just to get them back across that border. And we're not adding extra tanks to our trucks in the United States. So we're not storing diesel. Major trucking companies have diesel at their terminals. Like literally, like major trucking companies, you can fill up diesel. Like you have warehouses that have DEF. I mean the big bulk containers, the big clear containers where you see the big bulk containers where you see people with mobile car wash. You know how they have the mobile car wash with the big white container inside of a metal bracket on the back of their truck full of water? Well, you have warehouses. You have warehouses that have bulk containers of DEF in their warehouses. I don't know why they have this. They put it in their trucks, okay? See, their trucks, their little box trucks, go fill up at a regular gas station, right? Diesel. And what they do is they pump the DEF themselves and put it in their own trucks, okay? Also, I know a company personal, a black man, a real black man that has containers come into his yard, and he pays a guy to transport DEF from one container to a big container to go on a rail yard or to go on a ship. So who's buying all this DEF? You get what I'm saying? Calm down. Just let it happen, okay? Just let it happen. Preppers know that anything is subject to run out. Electricity, clean water, diesel, gas. Are you prepared? People have been trying to manipulate your mind to see the bigger picture for a very long time. But for now, on this diesel, if RevereSkye's essence is not stuck out in these interstates and streets, if I haven't come and said, boom, I can't get diesel right now, I can't move, you'll know. Trust me, you'll know. You'll know on Instagram, Facebook, and I don't even use Facebook, but you'll either know on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. That's for sure. So yeah, don't let these people manipulate you to that level. If it run out, it run out. You've had how long to prepare? You should have at least 3 years of food and 3 years of clean water. That's right. 3 years of food and 3 years of clean water. And if you have a family, you should have at least 7 years of food, and 7 years of clean water. That's right. They have been manipulating you that things would run out for ages. For ages. Haven't you seen empty shelves? That's right. And not only that, this is the last thing I want to say. I hate me and this guy. This guy just fell off the bandwagon, okay? He overstepped his boundary. He already had a job that paid $60,000. He does group coding, okay? Older guy, older gentleman. He does group coding where they get contracts. White man get a contract, and he brings a group of IT coders together, and he tell them, okay, I'll give you $60,000 this year to help build these programs for these amount of people for the year. So they'll probably work on multiple contracts throughout the year. So he ended up getting a job with another company. And when he got bogged down to that level, he got kind of evil. That's right, kind of evil. And he was trying to make up for past fuck-ups, like he spent a lot of money. He invested a lot of money in family members and stuff. And he was trying to repair himself for all the money he had spent. Well, anyway, somehow we fell out because he had got in a bind, kind of got miserable, okay? But he was teaching me about numbers on a whole nother level. And he was sending me printouts and tabloids of deaths. And he was showing me about the number 7s, 7, 7, 12, 4s, and 8s. And he was showing me which level of death everything occurred to. So when it got down to tabloids and stuff, y'all got to pay attention to the number 77s, 777, 77, 12, 24, 48, 4s, and 8s. These are very crucial numbers in the tabloids. Okay, of course, you know you got the 3s, the 6s, and the 9s. But I'm talking about when enforced law on a whole another covert type level. You need to pay attention to the 7s, 77s, 777s, 12s, 24s, 48s, and the 4s and the 8s. Very crucial, okay? So, these numbers, they tell you things in the tabloids. Certain people know, they don't even have to read what happened to the people. All they need to do is see the numbers, the times, the dates, the codes. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. And it would be nice if I still had contact with this person, but they just overwhelmed themselves so bad to the point that all that they know and practice, they couldn't teach me no more. And that's how technology is. That's how hive mind is. People that he was like a Buddha, a Buddha, a cosmic Buddha that came into my life and showed me these dates don't leave out the house. These dates don't be in the streets. These numbers right here means this. They're sending out a public message about this. He showed me so much. And then all of a sudden, he got overwhelmed with technological stuff, coding, scripts, and he just fell off the map. Didn't hear from him no more. Because that's how manipulation works. That's how hive mind work. They will put you in a bind when they see you know too much or you're sharing what you know. Okay? Just for now, if I'm still rolling, don't let that manipulate you too much, okay? Stock up on your food and your essentials. And last but not least, I did not have to get my tooth pulled. My tooth could get repaired. I didn't have to get a root canal. I didn't have to get it pulled. I feel like I took one for the team. I wanted to see the procedure it took for them to pull a tooth out. Because if diesel shut down, there's going to be a lot of people out there with toothaches and vulnerabilities, right? There's going to be a lot of people out there that teeth need to get pulled and they have nobody to go to, right? Because hospitals and doctor offices will be shut down, right? That's common sense. No diesel, no gas, no movement, right? How your doctor gonna get to the doctor's office? So I said, man, we in a time where we don't need to be sitting here worried about this tooth, because they will clean the tooth, patch the hole, patch the two holes, the one at the top that they filled and the one that came out the side, right? And then 3 or 5 years later, I'll be caught slipping again, because whatever that type of bacteria is that ate that tooth will then go down to the root of my tooth and nerve. Then who gonna pull it out? And the last thing you need is a person with a headache or a toothache or nerves irritating their body, swelling up their face and going up to their temple or their ear. How you gonna fight and protect yourself? How can you think properly? It's man down. If you got any nerves or any inflammation bothering you, it's completely man down. You got to heal yourself. You got to eliminate the problem. And I said to myself, I said, man, I don't want to be stuck out here in these pandemic streets and something started irritating me because it finally done caught up and built back up with bacteria again. It may not be another time for me to pull this tooth out. That's right. And I wanted to see the process. I wanted to look at the tooth. So now I know any other tooth that I have, get it cleaned and filled. But that one right there that managed to irritate my nerves and run up my face and cause me to have excruciating pain, I had to learn from it. I had to lose one for the team. That's right. I know this body is temporary. Okay? I know it won't last forever. And I wanted to see the process, because you never know. I might have to pull my own out. And I don't want to be stuck around here trying to figure out what's wrong with me. Just go on and see, did that tooth really eliminate your problems? And it did. You have to study yourself. Can't sit around here and rely on other people's experiences all the time. You have to study and observe yourself. Last but not least, I'm not going to say his name, but I already knew this. Back to the 7s, the 12s, the 4s, and the 8s. 12, 24, 48, 4s and 8s. He's promoting a hat that says 2024. That adds up to 8, right? 8 deals with a different covert level of operations. So 2023 is going to open up a gateway for 2024. And it's not going to be nice. So to all the people who have not prepped and created they bug out bags, they travel kits, have not learned. See, you never know when a natural disaster might hit. So you still have to know how to forage for food, create fires, create shelter, and create clean water. If you're not studying this, you might have problems in 2024, okay? Because they're doing a purge every second. They're manipulating the masses in some form every second. There's always something going on every second, always some manipulation going on every second. They are definitely trying to minimize the population. If they can't control the minds of the population, they will minimize the population, okay? And you got to start paying attention. Have you ever said to yourself, wow, I go 2 steps forward and 5 steps back? That's how society works. They'll let you go 10 steps forward and then they'll hit you with 20 steps back. So if you don't have your substance in reserve, you're going to have problems. And to all the cash savers, let me hip you to some cash savers. The same way they stop people from going to work because of the Vaseline on your face, the same way Trump was able to go in the office and just shut the government down for that little short episode, the same way nobody's going to want your cash when they shut stuff down. Because if they shut the system down to such a deep degree, you're not even going to trust to hold on to that cash. These stores are not going to be open. Your cash will mean nothing. It will be an official barter system. Think about it long and hard. In Atlanta, the petrol shut down. The whole Bankhead Highway shut down. It was a blackout. Nobody could get money out of the ATMs. Nobody could pump diesel or gasoline on Bankhead Highway. Neither could the petrol truck stop. The petrol truck stop, you had to pay to enter. You had to get a timestamp card. And the guy said everybody that was ready to leave had to pay cash. They could not show receipts. The petrol couldn't print out no receipts or nothing. They had to pay cash. They couldn't show no diesel receipt or nothing. Everybody that entered had to come out paying cash. That's right. And they said that the power was off for over 12 hours, and the only thing this store could take was cash. How many people you think had cash? And let's say if the store is down for 7 days, do you actually think that store is going to continue to take cash? No, they're not. No, they're not. They're not even gonna allow you to come into the building. Because when the power went out, guess what they had to do? They had to lock the doors. Be in Walmart and the power go out. They are locking the doors. You're in the Walmart. So, I don't know why some want me to say be that it may. Just know, even though you want to save cash, it may work temporarily for about 7 days. But after that, if they can't pump no gasoline, if they ain't got no power, let me tap on the phone a minute. They're not going to open up the building. They're not going to open up the building so that you can purchase anything.